Okay, we're at the Capitol steps here, the gun rally 2013.
John Austin here at Frankfort, capital of Kentucky, and here with my fellow gun owners who took the time out of their day. Some of them left work, some of them are doing without money to come here and support the Second Amendment, which is a critical amendment that supports all the other amendments. And that's what people forget about, is that without the Second Amendment, you can forget all the others. Because without the defenders of those amendments, we will be just like China. And every country that's lost their rights for guns, and you look on YouTube and you look at Australia and you look at England, and they say, oh, America, don't let them take your guns. We're nothing but subjects now. That's the same old thing that always happens, is that first thing they do is take your guns, then they're going to take all your other rights. So I'm glad I'm here with my fellow Kentuckians here supporting the Second Amendment. I contacted Senator Ron Paul's office, and he was in the other part of Kentucky today, but he sent his representative out here. He supports everything that we do. Support Rand Paul in his furtherance of making our government work for the people. And that's about all I got to say.
All right. Well, you know, the whole idea that a president of the United States could arbitrarily issue an executive order claiming that he was only tweaking the edges of the Second Amendment, that clearly states that the right of the people to bear arms shall not be infringed, includes an armed, trained militia, which has its sole purpose of being a counter-actionary force to a tyrannical government, which seeks to impose its will, like the King of England, onto this nation, this Republic of Free Men. And the time has come. Obama has put fired the first shot with his executive orders. The Feinstein legislation is part and parcel of what they attempted to do in '94. It will all end in defeat. It doesn't make any difference whether they get it through legislatively. At the first time that they step forward and begin to actually try to confiscate weapons, there will be confrontations.
I took an oath a long time ago to defend the Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, and I intend to live up to that oath, and you should too. The Constitution is for you. Live up to it, live for it. That's about it.
Stand up for your rights, America. Don't let the government take them away from them. Once they take one, they're going to take them all. Then you're going to be slaves to them. I'm not going to do it.
Anybody else?
People of my generation need to get involved. The country's going to shit. We need to start waking up and getting educated. Pretty much. I'll be 30 in June. My dad's a Vietnam vet. The last 5 years have been eye-opening, so get involved and really know what's going on.
But I've been 30, you know, last 5 years I've been learning, getting to know the system, how the system works. I was never really involved with it when I was younger. I wish I would have gotten involved sooner. The more I learn, the more scared I become, and the only way to get over being scared is to stand up and take control of everything yourself. You gotta stand up. You gotta stand up for your rights. You gotta stand up for your brothers. You gotta stand up for everybody, because nobody else is gonna do it for you. Your representatives, they took an oath to defend, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. Not to each other, not to the president. They swore an oath to the Constitution. You need to make sure they live up to that. They need to defend it like they said they were going to. Right now, they're not defending it. They disregarded their oath of office.
I was here. Where were you?
Okay, well, I think everybody should come out and support the Second Amendment. If we lose it, it'll be too late then. We're never supposed to be afraid of a tyrannical government. They're not the authorities, we are. Come out and support it. If you lose it, it'll be too late. Thank you very much.
Senator Paul, I appreciate you. The people here appreciate the fact that you sent a representative out here to meet with us and to encourage us for standing up for our constitutional rights. I wish we could duplicate you by 100 in the Senate.
Amen.
We'd have a chance. I personally believe that we are in a lockdown, close to a lockdown situation in this country with the rollout of martial law only weeks, perhaps no more than several months away. I appreciate the fact that you have stood up and made your position clear to the American people, and you are a leader. And bless you for it, and keep fighting the good fight. You have support in Kentucky, and people like me, and these people are on your side.
He has honored Kentucky to the world.
He has made Kentuckians proud of a senator. So I thank you, sir, for your efforts.
You want to say something to Mitch McConnell?
I want to say to Mr. Senator McConnell that it is time to stop playing both sides of the fence. There is no compromise with this criminal, parasitic government.
Amen.
And it's about time that he takes a stand either with the people, and if he doesn't, he has already condemned himself as a traitor to the Constitution.
And he needs to keep the feds out of the Commonwealth.
Yes, the feds. Keep the feds out of the Commonwealth.
We're a Commonwealth and we're a separate entity, and we need to keep the power in Kentucky.
I agree.
And each state. We are the United States of America. We have the power. The states, the way it was set up, have all the power. We just came together and made the United States of America.
Small U, small S.
One bullet. That's just because I squeezed you off the last.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate everything you said today.
You want another
Go.
hit?
Disappointed.
No, I'm going home.
That
My feet,
even though
I need feet
it's
warmers,
cold.
hand warmers, everything.
Thank you very much.
I'm standing here with a group of less than 30 people defending my grandchildren.
I don't know a whole lot about
And
it when he first got
there isn't
elected.
anybody else here. I mean, where
But that's okay.
are the patriots?
Where are the hunters?
Where are the hunters? Where are the people who say that they believe in the Constitution?
I have.
Where
And that's
are
what I'm saying. He's
the
only one that's
people,
really
the fathers, the grandfathers, the
You know,
husbands?
their deer might as well even be crow.
It might just as well be.
On a February day, it's about 38 degrees out here.
I tell you, the old man, his bones are, my bones are freezing up.
You're 63 years old, I'm 60. We got to have something to pass on to these children. Or, you know, the Second Amendment is protecting all the other amendments.
Well, and this is for my granddaughters. I am not going to go out of this world where my granddaughter can say, geez, Grandpa, what did you do? What did you do when our country was, you know, when they were trying to enslave us? When they were, what did you do? She's going to know her grandpa stood up for what he believed in.
God bless you, sir.
And I hope that the message gets out. This isn't over. This isn't over by any stroke of any stretch of the imagination. We're heading for civil war.
Yeah, they're going to take your gun and replace it with a drone.
Yeah.
That's what you'll be up against, and you won't be able to say a word, because you know what? When they want to take your gun, they know you're not going to like the things they're going to suggest after they get your gun.
No.
You're not going to like it. You're not going to like the America they're trying to make.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination, because those who have been their supporters will be the first ones who are punished.
Yeah.
For their treason. For
Yeah.
the traitor, because nobody.
This is what Hitler did.
Yeah, he killed the minions. Look at France. Look at the experience of France with those people who stood with the Germans. Look what happened to them.
They all hung their head in shame.
Yeah,
It's a historical
the ones that
fact.
Killed once the Germans took control of Paris, the people who had helped them take control of the city and of the land were executed.
You know who the biggest defenders of the Holocaust is right to this day? The Germans. They get angry if you say it didn't happen, because you know why? It's a national shame for them. They know they did it.
Right.
And they get angry when people come around and say it didn't happen,
I agree.
because they have had to bear the shame. So they've learned something from it.
Yes,
God
they have.
bless them for that.
Yes, they have. And that's why they don't want any part of our money banking system and doing their best to get their gold back, because they don't trust the United States anymore.
Because one time they know what it's like. They had wheelbars full of money, burning it just to stay warm.
Right.
They saw a great economy collapse.
Right. We'll wait
They
a
know
couple
what it's
minutes,
about.
And everybody in America is going to know that because that's where we're going real
Yeah,
fast.
they're running us bankrupt on purpose. They want to destroy our system and create something else. Something you ain't going to like.
Nope. Not by any stretch of the imagination.
I appreciate all you guys that's come down here today on the Capitol steps, 38 degrees outside, and you missed work.
Yep. I want to say this. I do want to say this. Look, as I stand here now in Capitol steps, state of Kentucky, as a transplanted New Yorker, I want to say this. I acknowledge, I bear personal responsibility for the state of life in this nation by my complicity over the years of saying something was okay and then I could live with it when it was not okay in any way because it was based on a lie. And we now have a culture which is based on lying. It goes through all of our political class with rare exception. Senator Paul is probably one of a half dozen congressmen that I would even trust with my back turned. And none of the rest of them will I trust for any for anything. Certainly not to keep their word. Certainly not to keep their oath, because none of them are. With rare exception, there are no congressmen. Otherwise, this administration would have been impeached 3 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
I agree.
Why haven't
I don't understand
brought it to a vote?
I don't understand why.
It doesn't make sense.
He has done so many things, so many sinister things, that no one's said anything. If it hadn't been for us, common people, talking about it, it wouldn't even be talked about. The media just completely gives him a free ride.
Right. This is it's a rollout of the communist agenda. And
they transplanted all of our jobs in their countries. All of our jobs are in communist countries now.
You know, you can talk about conspiracy, but conspiracy when is no longer a conspiracy when the facts back up what you're saying.
Yeah.
How can it be called a conspiracy? Where is the analysis? Where is the analytical arguments that justify the actions that are being taken on a national level and even at a local or a state level? The people look to the government as being the solution to the world's problems when everything they do demonstrates that they are the least capable among us for solving problems of any kind.
I don't mind.
It's
I want to talk to the people here, and I want to shame you.
Started with that.
You hunters that sat in the trees and got yourself a deer this year. Where are you today? It's 38 degrees down here. But you know what? Our rights are slipping away. You walk through the woods for miles to kill a squirrel or chase a rabbit, but you won't come down here to defend your gun rights. Shame on you. If you're watching this at home, you are part of the problem. You need to get active, because you know what? It's slipping away. Now, I might seem like I'm talking angry here to you, but I need to wake you up. Your tax dollars pay for this big, nice place right here. These people are like ticks. They're living off of us. They ain't got no power. The only power they got is to lie to you.
to get you to agree to give them more money so that they can determine what you can or cannot do.
They're going to take your gun, and you're not going to like what they're going to suggest later. The reason they want your gun is because it's all about power. It's not about protecting children or anything like that. It's about globalism. So wake up, America, wake up.
You like being a slave? You better like being a slave, baby, because if you ain't out here protesting, you saying it's okay by you. Well, it ain't okay by me. I don't hope to tell you that. This old man ain't gonna put up with that shit.
Amen. Amen.
I ain't politically correct today.